Now, how do we progress from this land page? Should we go together now?
Yes.
Let's progress on how we can get started with this Canva from here. The first thing I want to show you is this area of front. Can you see my mouse moving now? Ah, God is good all the time. Yes, we really need to pray. You can see that now. You can see the effect. Can you see my screen now? All right. First, I'll kickstart with this section here. This section here shows you some options of what you might want to do whenever you enter into Canva. First, are you working with a document? This whiteboard is meant for what? Presentation. We are trying to show some things, I know, do some illustrations. We have a presentation slide. These are presentation slides. We have social media design. What are you trying to? Is it for social media? You can select this one. We have for videos, we have for website, and you can see something known as what? Custom sizes. All these things are going to explain as we progress as well. Under this three dots here shows that we have more that we can also select. All right. When I click on that more, let's look at the options that we have. It will load them up. Now, if my intention was, I want to create a social media post today on my profile. Yes, I want to tell people that I have started with graphics design and how is my journey with graphics design, right? I can go ahead to be like, what category is my design going to fall into? Yeah, Abby. And I'll click on social media. When I click on social media, now it's going to go ahead to show me different social media posts. That's giving me that. Can you say it's even giving you like an illustration of your Instagram post, your Facebook post, how your Instagram story is going to be, WhatsApp story. So if you are designing for your WhatsApp story, you can use WhatsApp story, Instagram reel. Can you see all those templates? These are templates. The reason why I feel like Canva is even better is because when I started with design from my own end, I'll have to do this. I'll go to search like this, plus icon. I'll first go to Google. On Google, I'll now type, if I want to design a business card, I'll now type business card, business, how do you even best spell business? Business card sizes. When I ask for sizes, Google will now give me a size of 3.5 inch by what? 2.0 inch. So I'll now go back to my design software. I'll now go and create that artboard. Do you understand? But now you don't have to do that using Canva. Canva has given you all the sizes. That means if I go ahead to select, okay, I want to design for, let's say, WhatsApp status, and I click on that. Whatever I generated is going to be for my WhatsApp status by default. It's going to fit my WhatsApp status.
You say for Instagram or
The good thing is that all these social media platforms, they have varying sizes. All right. Instagram story might be different from WhatsApp story. LinkedIn story might be different from, you understand? But I think they are trying to make everything similar so that whenever you design for one, it connects for every other one. So you understand? And sizes are very important, right? I told you yesterday, sizes are very, very important because if you are designing for a phone, it should work for a phone. If you are designing for Instagram, don't feel bad. If you are designing for a phone, we use for a phone. If you are designing for a business card, we use for a business card. Let's say we are trying to design for the WhatsApp status now. You can see that we already have that card. What do we have here? It's telling us how to get started, but don't worry about this one. I'm already going to show you how you will get started with this. But the first option is first, you have this white card. This white card is your canvas. It is where you place all your designs. For example, I'll go ahead to go to element here. I see the under design, I have something called what? Element. I'll go to element and I'll bring in a shape, a box shape. When I click on that box shape, can you see I can move it around? If I increase the size of that box shape and I drag it like this, the part that is on artboard is what that's going to show up on my design. The part that is off that canvas, it will not come out in my design. Do you get it? So if I want it to be at the center, such that it is cutting through everywhere, can you see that this is how it's going to show? So I can I can go to text. I click on text here, and I'll go to what? Add text box. Can you see that? I'll click on add text box, and it will add a text here. If I click back out, I can drag this text by this side. Are you with me? In fact, I can go ahead to select this text and then even drag it out completely. Can you see the size that's increased? I'll now go ahead to double click inside. I'll say, this is my first Canva design. Right? I'll just type something out here. We're all familiar with how we can type, right? After typing this design out, in fact, I can space this out. I can go to this, my first icon. Look at something here. I've typed something, right? I want to zoom into this design now. I can zoom in different ways. When you select this box, can you see that the white side of this shape? When I drag this, when I move my mouse to it, can you see that arrow that I'm seeing there? I'll go ahead to drag inside. Can you see it's breaking that design down into other, because I'm dragging. If I drag it straight, can you see that it's back to a straight line? But I want it to what? Come down in 2 steps, right? Now it's currently center aligned. Can you see alignment is center, right? I'll click on alignment again. Can you see what it has turned to? If you are using Microsoft Word before now, you'll be familiar with this, right? So I have placed it to the what? Left alignment, which is the standard way we read. We read from left to right, right? I'll leave this like this. I have this text. I have created a box here, right? Women like anything relating to love. So I'll go to shape. I'll look for under that shape. I'll click on what? See all. And there are different shapes that I can bring into my design here. What I'm looking for is something relating to what? Let's say a tag, right? I'll look for a tag there, something like it. Can you see this look like a tag? I'll click on this icon and I'll make it, most of the time, the tag will come in the red color. On this section here, any shape that you have selected on your workspace, if I have this shape selected, you have all these properties that I can adjust of the shape. Can you see that? The first one is the color. When I click on the gray color, I can change from brown to what? Pink. What's your favorite color? I'll go ahead to what? Black. Can you see that? I can change different color. That is because I have this shape selected. If I go ahead to select this other brown shape, can you see everything has changed again? Back to what? Brown. I can now go back to that same color again and make the other one also. Sorry, the color from that end and make it also what? Black. And this is what we have done. Now, when I select black and I put it on black, can you see I'm losing some details here? The shape is just blending into the background, right? I'll put my tag around this bottom part. This text, I'll put it on the screen. Now my text is on the screen. Can you see that I'm losing it? It is blending directly with the background. But because it is selected, you see somewhere that has A and has text color. When I place my mouse on it, when I click on that text color, it also come back to this side again. Any color I add here, what's your second favorite color? Blue. So I'm going to go ahead to use what? Blue here. And blue does not really work on black, but I'll use the light blue here. All right. I'll try to use this light blue and I'll go ahead to put it around the center. Are we good to go? If this is all you are able to create for day one, bringing shapes and putting text on your design, you are good to go. Do you understand? If you can go ahead to start a new design, for example, what you were able to create today. This is your first design, you're able to add a type to it. Text, one of the design elements, you remember. One of our design elements is text, right? After I've added a text, I also added a shape, another design element that we have. Those two are the ones we have worked with today, right? We have a text on our screen, we have a shape on our screen. We can make this more interesting in different ways. We can put image inside the shape. We can create different effects. There are images on there. You can bring images to Canva, right? No. I'll show you how. If you want to, there are ways we can bring images in.